Hey everybody, this is our recovery recap from my recovery meeting from Sundays here at my shop called Ashes to Ashes Recovery. So this past Sunday, there's not really one thing to talk about, honestly, because we talked about so much. We discussed the parent trauma again, which we had talked about a few meetings ago, about how, I had discussed in one of the recent videos about how much it means to in healing, when you can discuss with your parents or your children the trauma that you've caused or that's been caused to you, and it be reciprocated in a positive manner. Although sometimes it doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it could be reciprocated in a negative manner. Maybe the parent's not willing to accept that they were a bad parent, or maybe, they were in an abusive relationship, or maybe they were in addiction themselves, whatever the situation was. Your children seen it, whether you abused them or not. There was trauma to be had. If you're in an abusive relationship with someone and they're abusing you or they're screaming constantly, more than likely that's going to be trauma that's caused to your child, whether you realize it or not. You think because they're not the ones being screamed at or being abused that it's not traumatizing them with a sense of PTSD, but it is. Um, so just basically, it really, two words. If you've been someone who has caused trauma to your own children, or you're a parent that's dealing with your parent trauma, you're an adult dealing with parent trauma with an adult parent. It's so simple, you guys. This is your child you're talking to. um, just say I'm sorry and leave it at that. Don't say I'm sorry, but this is what happened, or I was this, or I was young. Just I'm sorry will suffice. Genuinely, I'm sorry could help a lot of things in situations like this. Not everything, but so that's one of the things. One of the other things we discussed is when you get into the first part of your recovery, um, when you're really clear minded and you start to look at things in a different light, when you start to see, butterflies, or, the rainbows now, or you watch a sunset for the first time and you're sober. It's just you start to see things a little bit different when you've been numb for so long, when you allow yourself to really feel. It's an amazing, amazing experience. I was numb for so long of my life, and it really sucked because I didn't never really realize just how much I missed. I don't know how many times that I've sat down here in my town at the local beach at Shirt Island and got ready for the sunset, but I was so eager to go get high that I couldn't take 2 seconds to look at the beauty of it. Now it's different. Now I see so much more beauty in the world, and it's because I've worked a lot on myself and I've done a lot of healing. And it's just learning to be humble, learning to understand your pain. Because believe it or not, pain is something a lot of us have in common. Um, Mental or physical, if let's being real. But, just being different, learning different ways of now being a different person. I know that a lot of people that maybe watch this and you're not an addiction or anything like that, and you think that addicts are just these horrible, horrible people. But, you know, Jelly Roll said it best when he said, I never met an addict that didn't light up a room sober. And he is so fucking right about that, because I'm going to tell you right now, I have met some of the best people in the world that are ex addicts or that were in prison. People that I still call family to this day. So it's just learning how to be humble, learning how to listen instead of speaking all the time, learning how to sit with the thoughts as they come and work through them a little better. It's such a wonderful feeling. I tell the girls and the guys all the time, my peers at the meeting, I tell them all the time that I used to be very quick to put my hands on somebody. And anybody who knows me who's watching this video knows that without a doubt. I will reach out and touch you, or would back in the day, for less than a dirty look. That's how I work through things. They say hurt people, although I've never really understood that motto, because let's be real, if you've been hurt before, why would you want to make somebody else feel that way? I mean, let's be real. I guess that's the difference knowing what I know now and what I knew back then, you know? But I wasn't always the best person myself, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't always the best person. I didn't look on the bright side of things. I was so caught up in all my pain and trauma that I was experiencing in the world that I couldn't even see the beauty around me, you know? Not even my beautiful babies, you know? And I know there's a lot out there that's gone through that. But you guys, it's a struggle. It's not easy. Not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows in your life. The point of is just pushing through it because there's so much more beauty. You had a bad day that day. Okay, so when you wake up in the morning, let's try a different route and try to make that day a little bit better. Learning how to speak better towards yourself. That is a lot. That has a lot to do with recovery, you guys. Is that internal dialogue, the way that you feel about yourself as a person. You know, if you feel like you're a piece of shit, then that's what you're going to portray into the world is that you're a piece of shit. You know, if you believe that you're a beautiful person inside and out, then that's what people are going to see. I mean, at least the ones who can see properly, you know. And you know what I mean by that. I don't mean like physically see, but you know, just keep pushing through. It's every day that you wake up and you wake up with breath in your lungs and you're capable. You are capable of doing whatever you want to do with your life. I mean, let's be a little bit more on a realistic level and say that you're not going to become a doctor or a lawyer if you're a felon. Um, but maybe one as an ex-addict, you know, all addicts don't have felonies. I don't know why I even said that. I definitely have a bunch of felonies. But you guys, it was a really good meeting, and I wish that a lot more you guys would attend. I'm not pushing it on anybody. I understand the discomfort sometimes in situations like this, but you guys, it's really just like a therapy session. I have peers that come, and I say facilitator, yes, because I'm the facilitator of the meeting, but I'm just the conversation starter. And what a wonderful conversation it has been. I love hearing all the stories and the growth and seeing these people from when they first started to now and listening to them share their beautiful stories. Because trust and believe, there are so many people out there that need to hear. They need to hear your story. They need to hear that you survived because you did survive. You did survive, and you're here today, and you're here today for a reason. You're here today to get another chance to share with people what recovery is truly about, man. I went through so many things growing up and I just could not see the beauty in the world. And now I try my best to make every day as beautiful as I could possibly make it. Now I try every day if I see somebody who looks like they're down or they're struggling, that they've had a bad day, I try to ask them about their day or I compliment them on something because I realize just how much that means to somebody who's going through something. I love you guys, and I know this was all over the place, but this is kind of how the meeting was this past week. I just wanted to encourage each and every one of you to keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep believing in yourself. A support system is so important. So if there's people out there that have family members that are suffering right now with addiction and they're trying to walk their recovery route or journey, just support them, man. Just support them and encourage them because it means so fucking much. I love you guys. And if you stayed for the whole video, I appreciate you. And if you want to follow me, hit the follow button, man. I got more to share. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for anybody who needs me. I love you guys. Good night.